Okay, so this is the final for the City of Melbourne titles, Restricted Masters class. And you can see here I finally got my front camera working, so I'll be able to cut between two different cameras. This camera is a bit newer, so it looks really vibrant there. So this time I'm starting, I think, 13th, because of the positions I gained in the previous one. So here we go. Alright, so around the outside this time, and again, didn't get the best start. Trying to play by the rules and actually wait for the red. But I try to get on the power as soon as possible without going too wide here, so I can get around the outside. Kind of kept pace, got up a little bit here, but then had to tuck back behind, and then this guy got in front of me, and then slid wide again, and lucky ho, it's Andrew Draffin in front of me again. Oh man, it's like, just like glue, this guy. Anyway, I've also changed my sprocket a little bit. I went up a tooth so to give me a little bit more acceleration, and I was going to widen the rear axle, but I didn't actually get time to do it. But anyway, I feel like, even though it's only one tooth, I felt like the kart was a little bit better this time. So I'm hoping I can be a bit closer to Andrew here and see how competitive I am. Also, obviously the sun's come out a fair bit, so I feel like there's a fair bit of grip. Now look at that acceleration out of that corner. I feel like that sprocket change has made a bit of a difference. Even if it's only a small amount, it really does help the kart accelerate a bit more. So I think for the next race I might even go up another tooth. Because I feel like on this circuit I really was trying to set it up for good straight line speed, but there's so much acceleration in this circuit that you really do need to have something that gets out of the corners properly and don't really worry about the straight too much. So again, I'm behind Andrew Draffin, and this other guy is David Gallen, I think it is. Yeah, so these are the two that I was fighting with in the last race. So this is good because these are my competitors, and the other guys are just probably a little bit too quick out the front. You can see they're pulling away. Even though I felt like I could go a little bit quicker here. Oh, there we go, there's an incident. Somebody's off again. I remember in the pits after the race there was some spectators or team members that came down, and they were really angry, cursing at the guy that spun off there. So people get pretty hot-headed. So I'm not sure what position I'm in now, but I'm guessing it's probably about 9th, because there was a good 3 or 4 people who went off there. Look at that, I'm actually gaining on Andrew at this end of the straight there, so definitely I think the changes I made on the kart, well, the one change is making it faster. Really feeling like I've got a lot on this guy here. Getting closer and closer. Could go down the inside, decide, oh, I was a bit too late there, I shouldn't have gone for that. Then I lose all my momentum. See how long it takes me to catch up with him again. Oh, getting a lot of oversteer there again. Feeding the power on. Yeah, the top corner looks pretty good. Let's see if I can do anything on the brakes. Yeah, I feel like I'm doing pretty good on the brakes there. Just gaining a little bit by bit, a little bit. Definitely into this corner I feel like I'm making up something. And it's all flat through here. Yep, definitely doing well there. Catching up a little bit. So this circuit seems to be there's a lot of flat out corners, you know. It's a very flowing circuit, and then here is pretty much just you go in as fast as possible and then have to roll it until you can get on the power again. Oh, getting way too much oversteer there. If you can get that last corner right, it really does help, obviously, all the way down the straight. But I really felt like this last corner I was very smooth. And into here I was braking deep and getting on the power quite early. Going a little bit wide there, but seems like I'm gaining on him a fair bit. And again, he's behind David, so he can only go as fast as David's going. And I don't know how fast Andrew Draffin is in clear air, because he's been battling with people every time I see him on the track. And oh, I was looking at that. See, I saw in the previous race that Ian, the kart shop owner for Ringwood Karts, he went up the inside of Andrew Draffin there. So I was thinking, you know, I was taking some tips by watching him, because I'm learning. how to pass people. Because it's quite a tricky thing to do, because sometimes you have to really have faith in the person in front of you, because if they're a hothead, as we'll see shortly, some people just refuse to let someone past, and they can be quite dangerous. But for whatever reason, I think Andrew was quite lenient today, even though he went in there. Oh, look at this guy. David's off into under the dirt. So not a place you want to go off there. Look at that. Straight up the inside. I feel a little bit bad because I pushed him a bit wide. And in that, then the guy behind him got past and then got past both of us. Now this is the guy that passed me in the last race. So he's very quick, but he's had incidents in 2 races in a row, so he's got caught behind us. But he's very quick. Again, he's probably been racing for a long time, and he's come all the way down to this circuit, possibly interstate. So he's very quick. Look at that. 2 karts in 1 lap. That's when you know you're quick. And this guy, David, is going off everywhere. And I think David, by this point, had had enough. He'd had enough of being passed, because he gets quite aggressive. I'm trying to be as much of a gentleman as possible, but I'm really trying to get through as much as I can. But we'll see what happens in a moment. God, oh, much better exit now. I saw someone do this, and I was just thinking, I'm going to stay left and see what happens. There we go. He has to open the door for me, and then bang, straight through. That's brilliant. Now he was good there, but unfortunately, I got a little bit tail happy through here, and look at that, how wide I went, and I slid, and he passed me back. And then unfortunately, there was someone right behind him. He got through, and then there's another guy who manages to get through. So I'm thinking, how annoying. I passed 1 and then lost 3. But yeah, I couldn't do anything about it. I just went too fast into that horseshoe in the middle. Anyway, the good thing is that David is at the front, and I know his pace. So I'm thinking, okay, he's going to hold them up for a little bit. So that at least gives me an opportunity to see if I can get something done, and hopefully if they squabble, someone will go off. Or someone will, again, I'm going way too wide there, so I really need to be careful about that. This is such an intense race. This is probably one of the first races I've had where I'm literally dicing every single lap of the race, which is hard but fun. Look at that, really gaining on the brakes there. So I'm pretty happy with that. I feel like I'm driving a lot better in this race than I was in the previous one, because I'm feeling, even though he's fighting, I'm feeling a lot faster than the guy at the front of this pack, because I'm gaining on every corner. Whereas in the previous race, I kind of felt like I was barely hanging on to the back of them. And he keeps going off there. He's trying to make sure that nobody comes up the inside. Oh, he's going up the inside. He's pushing the state champion out of the way. I couldn't quite get a run on him here, but at least I put my nose in, let him know that I was there. Yeah, just a little bit far away. But yeah, it's neck and neck here, so that's really exciting. Oh, I didn't quite get a good exit there. That was a bit of a shame. And there we go. He's finally going to go for David. There we go. So now he's going to take off now. He's a lot quicker. But us three, see what we can do. Yeah, was nowhere near close enough to try it there, but at least I still got a decent run up the hill. Can I go flat through here? Yes, see, I'm getting a little bit wily at the back, at the end, but at least I went through flat, and he's going for it. He's going to push David out, and I'm thinking, can I get a run? No, I had to back out of it. Otherwise I was going to run straight into the back of him, and he cuts me off. And as I said, I think David's like, I do not want to be passed anymore now. But I decide to stick it down the inside again, and he's like, no, you're not coming in. And he's pushing me back. See, he comes across the circuit and then bang, drives straight into me on a flat out corner. That was a bit naughty, I think. So he's thinking I'm done with being passed today, but unfortunately he's going to get passed a few more times. So this is my only objective for the race now, is to pass this guy, because the other two are probably too quick. And I'm thinking, if I could just get this guy, that means I've done all I can do. Especially starting from the back of the grid in the first race. Coming up a good 7 or 8 places is not too bad. Oh, this guy, number 12. Now, he's the quickest guy on the circuit. He also got stuck at the start. So you can just see how fast he's come through here. Really quick. And again, I'm just trying to see how can I keep up with this guy. But look at that. Bang! He's got tremendous... Look at that. See, David didn't want him to get past and then locks wheels with him. And I'm like, thank you very much. I'm going down the inside, finally. Because I felt like it was my right to have that position from David after he cut me off. But I'm not expecting to be able to stay ahead of the other guy, because he's literally the fastest guy on the circuit. And he won one of the other heats, I think. And me as a P-plater... It'd be nice to wave my P-plate in his face for a couple of corners. But yeah, really trying to put it in there as hard as I can. But I know probably on the straight, looking at how he was on the previous lap, he's got a lot of acceleration. Which is also why I'm thinking I probably need to change my ratio to get better acceleration out of the corners. And it might actually help me on the straight. Because clearly, look at that. I mean, he's just zooming past. Look at this, the acceleration. Even when he has a tight line coming in. And here I go, I get a good exit. Bang, look at that. He's just taking off. So he's obviously got a very good engine, or he's got a good ratio, or he's got tremendous grip. And there I went a little bit wide, so he's just shot off like a rocket, sadly. Yep, and I'm feeling a bit demoralized here, so I'm getting a bit ragged. I'm thinking, oh man, why can't I stay with this guy? But yeah, that's what a wealth of experience and lots of talent will do for you. But anyway, it's good practice. So yeah, I feel like this guy is like almost a second a lap faster than me, it feels like. Because he's really shooting away quickly. But anyway, I'm pretty happy with my weekend's work. I managed to have some decent battles. I kept out of incidents apart from the first race, which was completely not my fault. And had a good weekend, so I'm pretty happy with this. I did a respectable performance for my first big meeting. Still on my P's. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'm going to keep bringing to you lots of races in the future, so hopefully you can tune in, and I'll see you guys in the next one.